girl in her mid 20s was standing in a club where she wasn't alone. There were many more girls like her standing beside her with fearful, teary eyes. They were only a thin piece of cloth which were covering her milky skin, but already many hawk eyes were digging into her skin. Your hands were tightly bound by a rope, where it made bruises around your wrist due to the tightness. A visible handprint was there on your cheeks. The belt mark on your back and many other bruises were clearly showing the torture you have faced. It wasn't only you, there were many like you, but indeed, there were one thing which made you different from them. Their eyes were showering fear, where yours were bringing fears. Sometimes some things doesn't go as planned. Maybe that was the reason because of which made you stand in this position. You did know your father must be looking for you out there, but at the present moment, the situation was not in your hands. You were captured by one of your father's rivals, and now he was selling you to his clients, or can say other mafias. A man in a tight black suit, which was perfectly fitted on his body, was sitting like a king with his cold face. Well, precisely he was the king who ruled the whole Korea. His cold, dark aura could give shivers to the people around him. I'm okay with the deal, Mr. Kang. Kang. Thank you, Mr. Jeon. He was about to leave, but was stopped by Mr. Kang. Kang, I have a gift for you. There was a disgusting smirk on his face. Bring her, he said to one of his men. Soon their eyes fell on a pale figure of a woman who had been dragged. Her face was covered with her hairs, which avoided him the access to see her face. But his blood was boiling because of this act of Kang. Yes, it was true that he was a Mafia King, but that never stopped him to respect women. Moreover, his heart already belonged to a woman, the first and last woman for whom he could take millions of lives and for whom he could kill himself. But for the reality, she was not by his side, and the reason was him. He was about to shout at Kang, but his blood became cold when Kang pulled your head up while gripping your hair with a strong force, which made you hiss in pain due to this strong force. Yes, it was you. Your hands were tied and eyes were closed due to the pain, but still, those didn't let you shed your tears. At the moment, you were helpless. You also did know there weren't any miracle to happen. You were at the urge to accept your fate, but somewhere underneath all your thoughts, you still had a hope for yourself. Soon you were thrown on his knees, which made you fall with a thud. Your knees were bruised due to the force. Kang, she is your enemy's daughter, and you can keep her as your slave. I'm sure she'll be a good slave. His words was making someone's blood boil. His eyes were emitting lava, seeing the way he treated you. Your knees were hurting, but then, bang. You looked at your left side, only to find a Kang who was on the ground, groaning in pain, holding his knees. Blood was oozing out from his knees. You were about to look up, but a coat hugged your body, covering the thin straps of cloth, covering you from the hawk eyes and his colleague. His colleague was piercing into your nostrils. It wasn't difficult for you to recognize who it was. It was him. Maybe your mind would have said this to you 1,000 times that your eyes never wanted to meet him, never wanted to see his face, but your heart knew how badly your eyes were craving to see a small glimpse of him. And at last, your almond black eyes met his dark brown ones, which was red. A while ago, those eyes were angry when he saw him dragging a woman, but now it emitted venom when he got to know she was his woman. It would be a lie that he never wanted to see you again. His eyes always craved to see you, but not like this. Ryan, Jungkook, your voice came out as a whisper, and finally, those tears shed, which was threatening to fall out of those galaxies. Jungkook, you had done the worst sin in your existence by touching my woman Cam, and you're going to experience things worse than hell. His tone was extremely calm, which was showing the menacing side of him. Guards dragged him while Jungkook came towards you. Slowly moving forward, he knelt to your level and took your hands in his, slowly removing the knots on your wrists, while on the other hand, your tears were betraying you, which was falling non-stop without your permission. When he was finally done untying you, you pushed him hard, which made him to stumble back. Why, how dare you show me your face again? You shouted on his face. On the other hand, he was all silent. You were crying and hitting him, and he was silently letting you do so. Bending a little, he slowly slid his hand beneath your legs and waist, and gently carried you in his arms. Ryan, put me down. I'm not going to come with you anywhere, Jungkook, and I wasn't asking you, Peach. You were continuously hitting him. Slowly, your force of hitting him was being light. Resting your head on his chest, you cried your heart out, while for Jungkook, your each soul was piercing his heart, making his cold heart to break into millions of pieces. It didn't took you so long to doze off, as one reason was you were really exhausted and tired due to their torture. And the second reason was him. Even though it was 2 years, his arms never failed you to give the intense comfort. You were on his lap, where your head was resting on his chest, and his arms protectively embracing you. He looked down at you, seeing you after 1 year. He slowly caressed your cheeks, where there were slag marks on those cherry lips of yours being bruised. It was past 2 in the night, and two couples were cuddling each other, feeling each other's comfort and warmth. But soon the female woke up with her usual night cravings. Ryan, Coo, Cookie, Jungkook. She shouted near his ears. Jungkook, what? He was still sleepy. Ryan, Have you tried hot spicy ramen? Jungkook, not again. He covered his face in the pillow as he knew if you look at her poundy face, he's surely gonna fall, like every time. Why? Hey, look at me. We were pulling him, trying to show a poundy baby. Jungkook, no, no, no. It's already past 2, Peach. Sleep now. But he heard sobbing. Widening his eyes, he looked at you, but made an annoyed face, seeing you laughing, as he fall for your trick. Jungkook, sleep. He tried to sound stern, but it was not going to work in front of her. Ryan, please. Jungkook, ah, come. You jumped on him where he was quick enough to catch you, and you started to shower him with kisses all over his face, where he giggled. He picked you in his arms and headed towards the kitchen, where you were all happy like a 5-year-old. He was cooking and you were hugging him from behind, just like sticking on to him the whole time. Soon he finished cooking and placed the ramen in front of you. And you started to dig into it as if you never saw food in your life. Jungkook, yeah, eat slowly. No one is gonna take it away from you. He chuckled seeing you all messy while eating. And you finished and looked at him. Vayan, I love you so much. Jungkook, so now you are done? Then let me have my dessert. He said and picked you up without giving you a chance to react. But one day, 2 souls were shattered into pieces. It was the day where fate played with love. It was the day when you both got to know that your families were rivals, that he was your father's biggest enemy and you as his biggest rival's daughter. Your eyes were filled with tears, not able to handle the reality. Yes, you loved him with your whole heart, and he also did. But as a daughter, you were at a point to choose between love and family. Vayan, don't show me your face again, Jian. This is our last meet. With a pain-filled heart, you let out those words, where he was in front of you with an unreadable face. Jungkook, you also make sure that we don't cross our paths again, Peach. Because next time, I won't let you go like today. And that was the last meet. After that day, you both never crossed paths. Both of the hearts were screaming in pain, missing each other like hell, because they knew they can't live without each other, but still stayed away from each other for about 1 year. Carrying your petile body in his arms, who was still sleeping, he took you to his room. Placing you on the bed, he came with the first aid. He removed his jacket, which you were wearing, slowly making your friend leaning on his chest, with his left hand was behind your head. He looked at your back, which was filled with belt marks. His eyes darkened seeing those marks. It was for sure that Kang was going to get the most painful death. With a heavy heart, he was treating your bruises. When he was done, he made you wear his hoodie and sat beside your sleeping figure. He was seeing you after 1 year. The desperation was seen in his eyes. He was never going to get tired of seeing you. Jungkook, I'm not going to let go of you this time, Peach. You woke up and found yourself in a familiar room. You knew where you were. and you noticed your bruises being treated and you're wearing his hoodie. You were heading down and then you met Jungkook. Why? I want to go back to my house. Jungkook, you're not going anywhere. Why? Do you think you can stop me? You were going but stopped when he held your hands, because of which you gave a hard push, which made him stumble back. But this made the guards alert and pointed their guns at you. But this made Jungkook's eyes darkened. Jungkook, if she get even a scratch, I'm gonna chop your heads off, he growled. Soon they put their guns down out of fear. Bending down, he slid his hands around your knees and waist and picked you in his arms, where you started to struggle in his grip. Jungkook, bring the food to my room, to the maids. Wyan, put me down, let me go. You were yelling, but he was completely ignoring your words. He came inside the room and slowly placed you on the bed. But you were again gonna get up, but soon your hands were pinned above your head and his face was inches away from you, which was making your heartbeat rise, seeing him so close after years. But soon reality hit you. Wyan, leave, cut off. Jungkook, keep your pretty mouth shut if you don't want me to tie you up. His tone was serious. You kept quiet and he released your hands. Jungkook, you can go after 2 days, as your body is still weak. Wyan, but Jungkook, I was telling you. The maids came with the food. Jungkook, have your food. You were having it as you were really hungry, but your hands were shivering as your wrists were bruised, which didn't go unnoticed by Jungkook. He came towards you and took the fork from your hands. Wyan, I can have it myself. Jungkook, open your mouth. You opened as you know you can win against him. He was feeding you and you were staring at him. Like old times, his actions speak more than his words. Even though he was behaving cool, the care was still the same. Your eyes became teary, which didn't go unnoticed by him. But still, he didn't say anything and left after he was done feeding you. You were sleeping but woke up with a flinch when you heard a thunder. You were scared of thunder as you have astrophobia. You were silently crying, covering your ears, but then you felt your other side of the bed sinking. You knew who it was, but didn't say anything as you wanted him by your side. You were flinching badly, but then you felt a muscular arm wrapping around your waist, pulling you closer by your waist. He embraced you closer to him. You didn't resist it, as no matter how much you deny, he was always a safe point. But then you heard a loud thunder, because of which you quickly slid into his oversized t-shirt, forgetting everything for the moment. Resting your head on his bare chest, hearing his heartbeat, which was calming you, and you wrapped your hands around his bare waist. You were sleeping. Well, he was also hugging you close to him. His chin was on your head. Even though time passes, some things never changes. You woke up and found yourself in his t-shirt, just like old times. You wanted to come out, but your body was not functioning according to your mind. You closed your eyes again to spend some more time with him, but then you felt a tear drop on your cheeks. You looked up at him, only to see him crying for the first time. Your heart shrank seeing him like this. Vayan, Jungkook, please come back, Peach. I tried to move on. I tried to live in your absence, but I can't anymore. I can't. You were also fed up and tired due to all this. You also couldn't handle it anymore. You wanted him. You wanted to spend your rest of your life with him. So does he. Pulling him by his knee, you attached your lips with his, kissing him deeply, where he was also kissing you back with the same desperation. After a long kiss, you both attached your forehead together while breathing heavily. Vayan, I missed you, Jungkook. Let's fight together. You were walking on the aisle, holding your father's hand, with a bright smile on your face. Yes, your father agreed. Like every father, he wanted a man who would treat his princess as his queen. Priest, I announce you as husband and wife. Now, you may kiss the bride. Pulling you closer by your waist, he smashed his lips on yours. Both were smiling through the kiss.